So welcome, we're live from Resistance headquarters. I'm King Nico today. So yeah, I'm just testing out some new software because it's now December 1st. Welcome everyone. I can't believe it's December 1st. I'm testing out some new software tonight as we get this series amped up so we can reach more people and share more truth more clearly. And we got to recap November because November was just full of so much. So I want to recap it, go over the astral world, go over all the news stories with the 666 and the numbers. Yesterday, I just started another series, this past couple of days with the New Age religion and the New Age movement. I wanted to put some light onto that. And already within the first video, so much upset and uproar. People feel personally attacked by it. So I'm going to just lay off of that for a bit. And we're going to move straight into Tartaria, right? What is Tartaria? Is it real? Is it a psyop? And is it a cover-up? And what is it a cover-up for? So a lot of people might have been hearing and looking into a lot of conspiracies and a lot of everything recently, and must have looked up and heard or stumbled upon Tartaria mud flood. So we're going to definitely be looking into that. And that's what I did promise I was going to go into. But like I said, November was tough. Had a week to take off, and I got sidetracked and came back and just talked about the New Age movement. So I got some comments here. Thank you for joining in. Luis says, sup. What's up? Lovely 144. Shalom. Becky Royal says, hi. Hello, Becky. Yeshua is my banner. Hey, Nico. Blessings. Time has been shortened for the elect. Yep. I definitely will be getting into Matthew 22:24 or Matthew 24:22. Sorry. How the days will be shortened. Like, it's already December 1st today. So where did this year go? Where did last year go, 2020? And in 4 short weeks, we're going to be in 2022. So for me getting on here, I just started doing lives on YouTube and Facebook, like deep and sharing the truth, 4-hour lives, just me talking on YouTube because of the fiasco that was Astral World. Hey, Daniel. Karen's on here. I shared the link in the comments, so if anyone wants to jump in later on in the show, I can bring people in. We can talk about anything. This is just a pilot show, so it's a free-for-all. I want to get introduced. Stacy Kamea's here. She's awesome. Hi, Stacy. Nikki Amore, I really appreciate all your videos. Thank you, Nikki. So that's why I'm trying out this new software so we can reach more people. It's all of us together. Thank you to Shannon on Instagram. Helped point me to the StreamYard, sent me a good tutorial on YouTube. And I was like, you know what? It's about time. So Shannon on Instagram, I just want to bring up your profile because, yeah, here we are. Shannon, you're great. Thank you again for... There she is. So the army is growing, everyone. Welcome to the resistance. We are building God's army. And this army, we're not building it on foundations of lies, right? This is truth. This is the arc of truth. So as you can see in the thumbnail for this live, I didn't have time to make anything for it. So I pulled up something I made earlier. Get on the truth arc. So it's all about truth. Daniel writes out Matthew 22:24. Thank you very much. Tyler Spencer says, very eye-opening videos. Welcome, Tyler. Welcome to God's Army. You're now part of the resistance as we crusade towards the truth and share it across this world. As you know, we are the light. And as the darkness sweeps this world, I'm not going to let that happen. And I'm sure none of you are too. Daniel says, it's been going on since the beginning of my life. Yeah, that's a lot of us. So we're going to bring people on. We're going to share all our stories while we still can, as these these apps and these platforms just become worse and worse with the censorship. So this is going to be like a final blitz of truth for the end of 2021, all through as much as we can through the beginning of 2022, because it's knuckle down time. We got to wake people up a different way. You know, I'm not really into politics. I never trusted the government my whole life, so I've never thought politics would ever be a way out when it's the politics that got us in this mess. So you won't find that on this show. Kim Rutherford, I'm learning so much from you. Thank you. God bless you, Kim. Rhiannon says, hi, Nico. Talk more about why there is so much animal abuse in the world. Wow, it's been ongoing our whole lives. Since the beginning of social media, I'm sure we've all seen the heinous videos of how companies like KFC and McDonald's or Wendy's treat their chickens or beef. It's worse. It's the grocery stores now. It's not just the fast food chains. I recently became vegan this year because, one, I love animals. Two, I love myself, and my body could no longer take in or digest the meat that's out there. Whatever they're feeding these animals is abuse. Whatever the hormone abuse, it's just disgusting. The steroids that these animals are on, it's no longer ingestible for me. Daniel, love this channel. I love everyone that's been part of the rise of this resistance. Jay Gomez, with all these portals opening, seems we like on demon time. Oh, wow. So I'm going to show that one. That's a great comment. So check out what Jay said. So these portals, the big one in particular was the Astral World portal, the one in the massive mountain, the one with the false idol, demon possessed person there. It was madness. So I honestly saw time was shortened long before the Astral World. I've been trying to make videos the last year or two, trying to tell people, don't you notice time is really going by quick? We don't really have enough time to do anything in a day. Maybe one trip somewhere to see one friend, and then it's home time, right? It's evening, night, and boom, it's done. So we'll get into time, any and every topic. Be sure to jump on in. The email. So here's the email at the bottom of the screen here. crusadersoftheresistance@gmail.com. I'll never turn down help and donations, so we accept email money transfers there, and we can talk to me there and send me some info for upcoming discussions. So we're going to go back to the comments. Again, this is the introduction to what we're going to be doing for the rest of this, what's left of 2021. 4 weeks, here we are. Paulie M says, hey, Nico. Stacy, absolutely, Stacy. Stacy will be coming on whenever. She has a home here with the resistance. People will be offended, but it's important. That's the thing. So we're not here to offend people, even though that's what the truth does. The truth can hurt sometimes, depending on what it is you believe in and what you hold dear to you, where you find comfort. Right? So we're not here to attack anyone. We're not here to put anyone down, make fun of people. We're not here to bully anyone. We're here to just come as a voice of peace, voice of neutral platform here to just put everything on the table to safely ask questions in a world where every platform is shadow banned and censored like crazy. People just want to ask questions like, is that normal if someone practices that? Is it okay if I burn this or have this image or have this cross of Jesus? Like, it's okay to ask questions. So I'm not going to get offended, and hopefully people that tune in aren't going to be offended either, right? So Nikia Moore, 222 is a big number. So 4 times you saw 222 today. So I got a close friend of mine, Joseph Aquaviva, 222. That's his name. He is the guy that has been seeing the 222 more often than anyone. So it looks like Nikki's trying to compete with Joseph here. So Joseph, if you're watching, jump on. He'll be on the show. We'll be talking gematria. So we'll be able to have myself, Joseph, anyone else. There's a whole team from all over. They've got Lisa Prinz in the Netherlands. We've got Stephanie Keys in the States, Daniel Taylor, D'Amico, Harden. So there's plenty of people that understand this, not just me making conspiracy videos and, I'm putting out what I think is the truth. No, there's a lot of truth that's out there. We've all been silenced, but we've all somehow come together, a small pocket of us, blessed be that. So the numbers, gematria, if you guys want to learn about gematria, you'll see lots of numbers. I back all my sharing of my findings and my research with a lot of gematria because the numbers don't lie. Shine on Jesus, shine on it all, it says Stacy. Lambert Page says, hey Nico, do you think we will have to operate like the French resistance, a secret base for the resistance? Well, the way it's going, it seems pretty clear in this final quarter of 2021 that the government's not letting up on its New World Order. They're cracking down on the passport, on papers and tests, right? And they're lowering the age of the, the lowering the age for the mandates for the snake bite. Thank you, Stacy, for that code word there, snake bite. We have to change our way of coming about this. That's why I questioned the New Age religion, because they're the light workers, they're the empaths, they're the ones doing the moon rituals and the sage burning. And I feel like it's about time after 2 years of this to ask safely, like, is it working? So I wasn't trying to offend anyone. We're not going to get into it today, but we got a lot to go through. We got a lot to revisit, to quickly go over what was going on in just November even. We're not even going to touch January to November, but I'll try my best to space things out, educate everyone, share everything, and, make sure everyone's included on this. Thank you, Lambert. Daniel says the portal's always been here. My mom told me about this years ago. She was practicing Art of Wiccan. Yeah, see, that's what we got to understand. There's so many of us that have been a part of this, like myself. When I was a part of it, it was all like sworn to secrecy. Like there was all this special feeling that you were the only one doing it. And it was like a one of a kind thing, but it's not, because now the more we talk about it, Daniel's mom was practicing the Art of Wiccan. My mother too, back in the 90s, right? Was doing tarot readings and wrapping it in silk and protecting energy, doing nothing but opening our home to demonic spirits that crushed our life, that ruined their marriage, that pulled me away from both of them and said, I'm out of this household, this country. And I was a runaway and left home very young. So we got to start sharing the information and the truth will come. Greg, what's up, buddy? We were in Peterborough just the other day. I was hoping to see you out there at Peter Burgers, sleeping in the kitchen at Peter Burgers last week, making sure they don't get shut down. So what's up, Greg? So yeah, that's what we're here to do. We're here to find all the soldiers of God, Daniel. I got the army here building because I myself was a young soldier of God, and I've been marching on and never had God out of my heart. I did find Jesus, luckily young in my 20s. And once you have God and Jesus and the Holy Bible, that's our foundation. That's truth right there. So again, Daniel showing the 222. Rhiannon says, yeah, a vegan. Yes, please go vegan, everyone. But yeah, we're going to touch on veganism. I spoke with Stacy about veganism. She's got some good points about what it is to be vegan and some biblical ties. So as with everything we're going to talk about here, we're going to be able to find ways to tie everything in today's culture or society and find answers or all the information in here. So there's nothing that's happening in this world today that has not been written in these ancient texts. Yeah, the doggies are here. So we'll show you guys. We always got the Pomeranian resistance. So I got my 2 children here. This is Prince Elvis Jackson, the oldest of the 2 Poms. Right? And Coco's on the floor. So come, baby, say hi. Princess Coco Chanel. So as we get on the ark, you know, the animals are coming with us too. Because as God told Noah, once they built the ark, to bring 2 by 2, one of each sex, right? So again, I'm not saying it's going to be a literal ark, because we know God's not going to flood the world again, which is why the whole Tartaria situation is a big story, because we all know God said he was only going to flood the world once. It was the Great Flood. So Tartaria talks about a mud flood, which is separate from the Great Flood, right? So I've already debunked it. I spent a year going through Tartaria, or a couple years going through Tartaria. So before anyone gets sucked down that rabbit hole, right here on this show, this channel, you'll be seeing what that is, okay? So we're going to be going over that, the numbers. Let me know what you've all seen, where you're all from, you know, what's going on in your towns, how bad is it, how compliant are the people. I just shared a chat conversation with my father yesterday. He was excited. He just got the flu bite and the booster. And I showed him the picture of the Pfizer card that shows it's got 10 little circles there to stamp off each one for the whole year. And I was like, there's your 10, because he was the one that said he doesn't care. He'll take 10 if he wants to. So I told him that he's like, oh, it's been 2 hours and I'm still here. I'm alive. I was like, yep, only the strong will survive. The transhumanism. And I was like, what a mighty machine you shall become. And he's like, oh, the government doesn't control me. That was his final words. The government does not control me. And I was like, wow, these people are in denial. They say that they are rebelling against the government while taking what the government's forcing. I love you too, Andre. Andre's here tuning in. Oh, look at this. We got Panama City Beach in the house. Andrew Dominic. So yeah, let me know how you guys all found me. I'm streaming live now to Facebook and YouTube. So yeah, this is the first time I'm doing this. That's why it's kind of labeled pilot show or pilot episode. So this is the introduction. I want to build this army, so we're all a part of it. So anyone that wants to be a part of this and help out and share a story or a topic, and we'll go through it. There's the email going down at the bottom. So Omega Dreo says everything you learned is wrong. So yeah, if you want to learn the truth, first you must unlearn everything you think you know. Because most of the stuff that we base our whole belief system on is stuff we pretty much learned when we were the ages of 5 to 8 or 6 to 11, right? So before we were teenagers, our whole belief system was mapped out. You know, we went through history. We learned about the Romans and the Egyptians and the pyramids and the Greeks, mythology, and the Bible, Kiddie Sunday Bible School, and what a fairy tale that show was, you know. So guys, everything you think you know, if you have anything that's in your belief system right now that you learned from the ages of 5 to 11, get rid of it. Unlearn it, because you need to take in the real truth, right? Exactly. Here's Stacy. Stacy's on YouTube. Proverbs 31 woman. She'll be on the show. Anyone's welcome to jump on right now. Hold on, we got someone in the house. Come take a seat. Get over here. So we got some Freedom family in the house. This is Makesh Freedom.
Working as always, you know.
Makesh.
You know, we got that Maynards, Sour Patch Kids.
Makesh is
that watermelon, Mountain Dew.
Makesh is our youngest high-profile freedom fighter here in Canada. Right? How you've been across the country. this massive land like 2-3 times already. It's insane. I was supposed to go, but I can't sleep and hang out in cars for more than like a few hours. So these guys were driving like 28 hours nonstop across Canada. Unbelievable work going on here to wake people up. Seeing as I'm not going to be driving anywhere, I think I'd be comfortable staying home and reaching the same amount of people, maybe more, a little bit less, who knows, through the show here. Paulie M, he lives very near this latest school thing. Has the wall. See, there's a lot of distractions going on. So as you noticed, I never mentioned or got into the whole Kyle Rittenhouse trial, because these things are distractions from the real problem, right? And I'm not going to let Astroworld get swept under a rug. It's been like 3 weeks, almost a month coming up now. We will revisit it hardcore. I already put out 10 to 12 hours of lives on YouTube. So we're going to dissect it and try and cram it all into one. I'll actually be bringing on some people from Houston, Texas that were at the show. So stay tuned for that. We got some people that are coming on. Everyone's going to have their say. Thank you, Jordan Hackham. Again, yeah, we are building the army. We are here to resist and defy this new world order. We will not comply, right?
Jointheresistance.ca.
Exactly. So yeah, Stacy says, look into Babylon working ritual. So I actually have something brought up here to do with Babylon. Sorry, so the screen, let me just move that. So this is the Tower of Babel, or artist rendition of it. But let me just tell you, I've looked into it. It's a really good artist rendition. As you can see here, I've put a box around some of these structures here that we'll go through that still exist today. So stay tuned. Stephen Riley, salute. Everybody in the chat room. Welcome, guys. We're all here, God's Army. We're streaming live. This is the introduction show. Myself, King Nico, Makesh Freedom here. Warriors of Christ and God's Army. So we need to get everyone on board, on the same page. You know, not everyone's at different levels of this truth game. People don't know where they are in this Bible. Some people say, yeah, we're in James. Some people say we're in Revelation. Some people say we're in the millennial reign already. So we need to get everything out there. Is there going to be a pre-tribulation rapture? Are we ready in the tribulation? Are we at, like, no one knows? So we're going to go over everything. You got anything to say? This guy. Follow this guy.
All I know is that you guys should be at the Eden Center if you're in Ontario for the next 2 Saturdays. And if you're in Alberta, be at the West Edmonton Mall. Just today, they lift the mask policy in the mall at West Edmonton Mall. Now it's Toronto's turn to grow some balls, stop playing in the park. Screaming at an empty building on the weekend isn't going to solve anything. It's just going to freeze your butt off. You're going to be unhappy, and you're just going to continue prolonging this nightmare. How about you help me get my life back and everybody else's lives back by making a difference, by at least helping lift restrictions off the mall, because that's still something compared to yelling at an empty building. So the real freedom fighters will be at their malls this Saturday at 12 p.m. instead of screaming at an empty building.
Yeah.
You want to prolong this nightmare, or do you want to end this now? That's simple. Come on. Busiest Saturdays of the year. Everyone's going to be at the mall. You need that public exposure. We need that public exposure. We need that media attention. Here it is. Bam. Grow some balls, Canada.
Yeah, Canada right now, very disappointed in this country. You know, I was born here. But was raised in the United Kingdom. My father took me away from Canada at a very young age, so I never knew Canada, but I knew I wanted to come back and have my life here and succeed here and live my dream here. And now I've been here 20 years. I finally got to a point in my life was like, yes, I'm ready to build. And then boom, they pull this. No, not on my watch. So we're gonna fight for our lives and for our freedoms. Thank you, Lambert. So as Mukesh just said, we need to take action. We need to change our approach because we're about to start year 3 of this madness.
Ask yourself, what have sightseeing, singing, and dancing, yelling at people around the city have done? Nothing.
But we're not here to criticize.
What have United Non-Compliance at Longo's done? Lifted restrictions there. Well, sort of, basically honoring mass exemptions. What have protesting in the TTC have done? Announcing every once in a while that exemptions apply. Same thing at Food Basics, Freshco, and other grocery stores. What have organizing a big rally at a mall done? Lifted the restrictions in the mall. So United Non-Compliance have always been winning.
Wow.
Simple as that.
Check out Yeshua is my banner. So Yeshua, her son, 11 years old, freedom fighter. Well done. See, that's amazing. 11. So we can wake them up. This all depends on the parents. A lot of these parents are, there's no word that can explain a parent that lets their kid go off to any event that the government's
basically
putting on.
You're not a parent. You're an enabler if you're gonna let your kid wear a mask or force them to wear a mask. And if you're having your kid take a vax, again, you're nothing but a enabler. You're not a parent. Simple as that.
Yeah, so
it's a bad habit.
But we don't have children, so our opinion doesn't really count right now. But my feeling for the kids that I see is just as bad as if it was my own. So the compassion is there, but our understanding, because like, again, I don't want to be able to talking on a subject where I can't really relate. I don't have my own, neither does Mukesh, but we know what's right and wrong when it comes to that kind of situation. We were all children once, right? And
I'm still 12.
So Lambert says you thought I was English. Yeah, I grew up in London, England, spent 15 years of my life in England. Went to school there. Can you see where Coco is? Did she get locked in somewhere? Where did she get lost?
She's still in the living room.
Oh, okay, you can let her out. Sorry. Coco's been locked in a room, so Mukesh has to go save her. So again, the link to join, if anyone's got anything to share, wants to come on, say hi, I'll be happy to bring you guys on. So I think the link's shared on Facebook. So if you guys want to jump in and have a chat with us. So I'm just going through all the comments. Susie Rachel's here. Good evening, Susie. Hi.
What's up, Susie?
Yeah, so we're just testing out this new format and software here today. So we're not going to get too serious, but we're introducing ourselves, introducing everyone. And we're going to go over so much stuff in the next days, weeks, as we leave 2021 behind us. I want to make sure as we go into 2022, we have thousands more awake than we did when we started the year, right? And as the year is almost ending.
Think about the difference we'd make if each and every one of you, at the end of every rally, bring at least one new person. So when you go home with homework, an easy task, or who knows if it's easy or not, but at least challenge yourself to go conquer that and accomplish that. Just one new person, bring them to a rally, and then watch that number keep going and going and going.
That's what it's about. Yeah. It's about connecting with the people, not going and standing around and listening to one person preach something that you already know, right? It's about building this army, uniting with your fellow people, not standing next to someone and just ignoring them. No, learn why they're there. That's how we did it from the beginning. When this first happened, there was no speeches and marching and screaming. We just hung out. We learned who we all were, and we knew that instantly, we're in the right place. We're all on the same page. And then, as it grew, people just came to watch and witness and see what the original people that started it all are up to. So we want to see everyone in the chat. If anyone's welcome, add people, talk to people in the chats. Stacy, who's on the screen right now, I did a couple lives this week. Stacy, she helped me bring up the subject that is the New Age religion and the New Age movement. So Stacy was a part of it for 23 years, and she came free and broke free and found Jesus February 2020, just weeks before the pandemic, right? So God chose her and woke her up and says, you know what, with all your learnings of this craft, you're needed now to fight the good fight and teach those that are getting into it, been doing this new age stuff for the past couple years, 5 years, got into it because it was trendy on Twitter or Instagram. Stacy's here. She's a long-term veteran at it. So yeah, she laid it all out, and I learned much more than I knew. So we're all here willing to learn constantly from each other. So
Yes.
add everyone, follow everyone. This is
and what the movement needs is us to branch off into groups, more events happening at the malls and food courts and stores, more events happening at the school boards and schools and whatnot.
Shout out to Jody today.
More events happening at the vaccine clinics, government buildings, stuff like that. And what we need none of is yelling at empty buildings,
Codeless.
like seeing,
Yeah.
yeah. But I guess the worldwide is awesome. It's a great day to do a march worldwide. But everything else, nah.
Yeah, and we're going to be covering and showing you everything that the fake news media won't show you. Just a quick shout out to Jody Ledgerwood. She was out there. She's everywhere. She was sleeping in the restaurant at Peter Burger's last week, and we were there. She's out at the city hall in Brampton, screaming at them for the mandates that they're pulling on our 5-year-olds now. And she's out there again in Durham region. I think the police finally targeted her and gave her trouble and arrested her. So let's hope that she's free now and going to continue on the great fight and waking up so many other parents and mothers and fathers, and just getting everyone out there to do what Mukesh is just saying. Take action, get to your local place, find your local freedom family, God's army, and we can make this happen. So Joe Meyer says, I especially like the comparison of the fallen angels to the Marvel comics. Yeah. So as you might know, my belief or my showing is that the enemy that we're dealing with is not our government. It's not Justin Trudeau. It's not these pansy people, Boris Johnson or Macron. It's the fallen angels. The Bible verse, Ephesians 6:11-12, for we wrestle not against flesh and blood. So it's saying that we're not wrestling against human flesh and blood. It's not the government. It's not the politicians or the MPs or the presidents or the royal family. Yeah, they're definitely a part of it, but they're being led and controlled and ruled over by these fallen angels. So again, if anyone's new here, a lot of these people are here because they found me through my research on Astroworld. I did plenty of hours of lives with everyone on that, speaking of the fallen angels and all the signs and symbols, right? Andy says, hey, yeah, we got people from all over. Lambert Page gets how I feel. He'd leave at England for Canada also. So we got a question here. When or where did you figure out that taking the juice and cracker at church was not of Christ? Well, I was never raised in the church. My father was a rebel because he was the one raised in the church. He was raised under the Catholic Church. So my grandmother's pro-Catholic, pro-Mary, no Jesus in the Catholic religion. So no wonder my father rebelled against the Catholic Church. And
What do you mean there's no Jesus in the Catholic Church?
That's not the savior. Mary, the mother, is the savior, and for Catholics, they choose Mary, right? It's very complicated. We'll get into it.
Both. I don't know.
No, there's a fine line.
I'm a Roman Catholic, but I don't know. so much.
There's different that's why it's so confusing and people get turned off with the Bible and
wear a
Jesus.
rosary sometimes and
Yeah.
the cross, and the rosary is Hail Mary.
Yeah.
But
well, as we approach Christmas, right, Mukesh?
Oh yeah, it's Advent season.
So I think what Lynn's King is getting at, because I was talking about how Christmas is not the birthday of Jesus Christ.
Oh, we know that. It's not.
There you go.
We learned that back in our first communion class.
What it is, it's most likely
around the coming of Jesus. There's no exact day.
So it was most likely the birth of Nimrod, the first Antichrist, right? And they'll celebrate Christmas, which is Christ massacre. So when you go into church and you're doing your mass, you're massacring the Lord and Savior through ritual, through the Vatican, through the church, through your whatever you're doing. It's a massacre. So as Lynn's King is getting at, when you go and line up to this false idol priest, whether it's the Pope or not, and you're taking the body of Christ,
the Pope is whack,
and you're drinking the blood of Christ, that's cannibalism, that is satanic, and that is massacring the Lord and Savior. You're rejecting him, right? This guy's munching on candy. He's gonna have a sugar rush soon with his Sour Patch.
Talking about cannibalism, what is accepted is cool. Get some wine with a nice bread.
Look, you got your friend here, iPet Mermaid. So speaking of bad parents, today's testimony in Jiz Maxwell, yeah, including parents of a 14-year-old victim of the Epstein guy who allowed their daughter to jet set, right? Just go on my Facebook page. You'll see so much information. We're going to bring on all the people that decode all these news stories. Blessings to you, Kim Mulholland. Oh, we got Alina Hart. Good evening, Alina. See, so Alina says, happy to see I'm continuing to do these. Yeah, thanks to all of your support through the Astro World series, and yeah, we want to be able to reach more and be able to communicate and interact with you all easier than me just how I was doing it before. And yeah, you saw the couple of videos I did with Stacy on the New Age. So I'm not going to touch it too much. I'm going to leave it alone for a bit because I want to re-strategize how we take that on, because we do have a lot of loved ones that are deep into this practice, this cult, this religion, this movement. Like, there's so many names for it. And there's so many different avenues. We want to make sure these people that are practicing it are doing it right and not going down the demonic path, right? It's crazy, but it's really happening, and it's true. Got Stacy D up in here.
You hear that? Just started randomly playing.
Yeah, stop that. It's annoying. Lambert Page wants to know about the reptilians. That's a David Icke thing. See, I wanted to talk to David Icke a few months back, or last summer. I think I was supposed to speak to him, and I wanted to ask him about flat Earth, actually. So I know flat Earth is like a big red flag when people hear that, but like I said, we look at everything on here. Nothing is deemed too crazy. If it is, I'll just straight up say it, because it's just common sense. We use common sense over here, right? Shelly. See, Shelly, one of the first ones. I met Shelly, Queen's Park, May 2020, or April, was it? May, yeah. It was right then at the beginning. I saw you recently, a couple months back, Shelly. So Lambert. So Lambert mentions the Greys. So I was just looking into this again just like 2 days ago, because I was looking into some more information on the New Age movement. And the Greys is what it came from Aleister Crowley, right? Because these were the demons that Aleister Crowley was working with and summoning, and they look exactly like the depiction of the Greys, the gray alien with the oval head and the big eyes. We'll get into Aleister Crowley and his satanic work, and how he signed his name as the Baphomet, and how the Baphomet, we'll show you the picture, with the phallus, with the snakes going around it, with the androgyny, so it's two sexes, and how that ties in with today's beast system and the medical, the WHO, the World Health Organization, right? It's in their logo. Darlene says hi. The info is all there. It's not my info. It's just my vision. It's just I don't know. I removed the blinders. I opened my third eye, or whatever you guys want to call it. I just came to an awakening. Everyone keeps talking about this great awakening and the great reset. Well, I think it happened like a couple of years back, because I had this rush of truth and urge to want to research and search it. And it was amazing because it was right before the censorship and the blackouts. I was able to just find anything so easy and take it all in and decipher it, process it, and go and compare it to the Bible. So thank you, Kim. It's not my info. It's all of our info, and it was given to us. And it's going to take someone like me and all of us together through a resistance, through God's army, to just share it again, right? Because information could so easily get lost. We all know how, even ourselves, we see one story, we say, oh, the dog, it fell off the couch and hurt its leg. And then one person would go to the next person and say, yeah, I got hit by a car. And then things spread just like that, right? And things can so easily get so far from the truth. So we'll make sure we'll stay on top of it. Yeah, Stacy, this goddess worship. I've read the Bible and the Book of Enoch. I've never seen anything to do with goddesses or female angels. So we'll definitely be getting more into that. Yeah, see, Astro is a big one. Right? So November's done. We're here. It's December now. All through November, it was 660. November was the 666th month since the founding of the Church of Satan in 1966. So now we're into month 667 as of today. And let me tell you, Astro World, all this mandates, all this Black Friday happened within November. It was just insanity. And I'm glad you found me, Nikki. I'm glad you're watching from YouTube now. Make sure you find some more of your fellow tribe members and add them on Facebook. I don't know everyone is the best friend of Facebook now, but yeah, we all trying to get off of these crap platforms. But we need to use it one last time to unite and educate. So because this 2022, like, can anyone safely and seriously say that 2020 was bad, 2021 was bad, but can anyone really say that 2022 is going to be any better? No. What do you think?
That's why we need to...
Do you think it's going to go up from here, or do you think it's just going to stay the same or go downhill?
I can't make a comment, but I could say, if things continue the way it's going, it's just going to keep going down. But if we all open up at the same time together and all start flooding the streets and malls without a mask on, then we could have our freedom back, just like that.
We were in the mall. If you saw our video in the mall, we had the dogs with us. The Pomeranian resistance have pretty much always been on this journey since the beginning. We're in the mall. No, we've never worn the mask. We've never taken any snake bites, or we don't even have a pass. I don't even care to fake anything like that. We just walk and go anywhere we want. I know some people, that's why we want to help build that confidence too, because not every people are shy and they don't like to get into confrontation. But once you cover yourself in the blood of Christ and you just own it, you don't there's no chance for confrontation. Those people that want to confront you will end up being too intimidated to even, they'll just let you walk on, right? So we're going to, put the full armor of God on everyone here. That's what the Crusaders of the Resistance represent. I couldn't do it myself without the full armor of God on, So yeah, everyone, it's so great. So this is what the awakening is realization of what we were raised in, We didn't get the chance to question it as kids because we were kids. We just relied on the adults to do the right thing and teach us the right thing, but they taught us what someone taught them, and it was obviously wrong. So we got to stop that trend, stop that negative, crappy cycle of passing on satanic paganist practices, right? We got to get back to the Lord, and quickly, because our time here is short. I don't know if anyone thinks there's thousands of years left or centuries left of this world. I'm thinking like years, right? Like not even a decade. I'm thinking this is the last decade. It's madness. That's a good one. See, Tyler, I am one of those people that share the information that the original birthday of Jesus is September 11th, right? Which is why they had the September 11th ritual in New York with the Twin Towers, because it was a birthing ritual. It was a early Antichrist birthing ritual in the new millennium, right? To bring us to this point, to start setting up. They were setting the stage as soon as like they've been setting it. We're going to go over how they set it up, because this can't just happen overnight. This is decades, centuries, maybe even a millennia or more in the making. I don't really have a feeling on it because I'm biased because I smoke it right now. So again, I'm not perfect. Again, this show, this channel is not me coming on here with Mukesh saying that, yes, we are the greatest people here. We fight for freedom and know all the truth and everything we do is right. No, because it's not. I know people have Bible verses to show, but it's not clear enough for me. But I feel like it was a red flag when most of the governments and countries on earth decided to legalize it at the same time, like 1 or 2 years before the pandemic. So it was like, huh. And now, because I'm in Canada and Toronto, it's like I see dispensaries more than I see coffee shops now. Like Starbucks disappeared. Now it's just weed shops. So very suspicious about that. And
Weed Time, Cabana Costa, Tweed, Weeds Are Us, everything's around, popping off. Tim Wheaties, Weedway, McWheaties.
so I've been hearing about some famine type activity going on in the grocery stores. People said that they tried to go in and get some lettuce and the shelves were empty with a sign saying due to the flood in British Columbia.
Yeah, it was in BC at this food store. A lot of meat was gone.
Meat too?
Due to climate change.
Guys, it's already happening. Famines, pestilences. Like, I'm not 100%, but my gut feeling, other people's gut feelings, if we get 1,000, 1 million people with that same gut feeling, like, does it make it true? No, it still doesn't, but it makes it more like we got to pay attention, and especially that it's been written in this.
More of an eye opener,
right? You have to pay attention, right? Again, Christmas is again Christmas, more Santa, more massacre, more Satan. You guys, it's very easy to see because it is in plain sight. So yeah,
what's with the friggin' drug questions, man?
Well, yeah, if you want to talk about it, because I've been asking the same question. So recently, I learned about a medicine, not a drug. So I was, people are calling it medicine. It's called ayahuasca. It's illegal in Canada, so it's very suspicious. But these people that use it, they have nothing but amazing testimonies saying that they took ayahuasca medicine and they healed their everything, their inner child, their relationship with their parents. And so yeah, I don't know too much about it. I only heard about it as of recent, but these people swear by it. It's going around the tropical countries. And yeah, we'll look into more of it, the weeds, the shrooms, all these drugs, like which ones, the pharmaceutical drugs, why some are illegal, why some are not. So we'll go into everything. So Kim Mulholland's asking about pre-trib rapture. I'd rather believe in it. and count my chances and not believe in it, a lot of things do point potentially to there being a pre-tribulation rapture. A lot of the government activity points to them also being aware of a pre-tribulation rapture and taking the steps to just disguise it and manipulate it. And the only way that the government and the satanic cults of this world can disguise the work of God, something as powerful as a rapture, is with an alien invasion, spaceships and abductions, right? Because that's, we have to look at what have we all been conditioned to believe. And most people on this earth will 1,000,000% believe in a spaceship coming from another world with aliens, and once people disappear in this pre-tribulation rapture, that's the final deception of people still turning away from God and believing in Satan's world with NASA and space and aliens. So we'll get into that too. And I'll bring on, it's not just me talking about it. I have lots of guests lined up, lots of people that are professional in their research, because we're all just human. I myself can't research every single subject, right?
What's a pre-rapture?
The pre-tribulation. So there's going to be trial and tribulation. So the Bible says that there'll be 7 years of hell on earth, pretty much, right?
And it started in 2020.
And we don't know when it will begin, but the Bible says also that there'll be
already begun.
There'll be two people in a field, one will be taken and the other left. So we haven't seen people be taken yet. There hasn't been this
in
worldwide.
Canada, we haven't, or maybe we.
But we don't know. But I'd like to pay attention to it. I'd never be ignorant to something like that. And
they're already taking people away in Australia,
right? Again, every country is suffering from this new world order now, right? So yeah, everyone's on their own journey. Everyone has their own special relationship with the God, if there is one. A lot of people don't believe because they don't think they've ever had one. They just maybe never looked. But we're going to help people find it and show them the way, right? Like, we can just show them the way. We can't make people walk it and run that way. But that's what we're here to do, to help. Because right now in this world, there's the option of Jesus is just not there. Yeah, I smoke. Not everyone. Anyone could be in the resistance, even if you've taken the snake bite. Just, we're gonna help you repent, right?
They're welcome.
Everyone's welcome. This isn't. We don't discriminate. We're not the government. We're not part of this division. Everyone's welcome, except trolls, of course. Like for example, if there's a troll in there just spamming or talking smack and insulting people, then yeah, like, that's not on. So that's about that. Food of the Gods. So Prince Cairo Thames, good evening. So he's asking about Food of the Gods by Terrence McKenna. So yeah, that's a good one. Haven't heard of it. I don't really know about it. If I look into it more, I might have heard something similar. Food of the Gods, but that's definitely interesting. Be interested to hear more about that. Again, if anyone wants to come on and share something, now's the time. If you're on Facebook, I shared the link to enter the studio in the chat, so I'll probably try and share it again.
Yo, before I dip for a while, they are literally killing your children. Killing your children.
Everyone. It's not just the kids now. It's all.
Yo, they're trying to get everybody. They're trying to kill all of us. They already have isolation camps out. Now is not the time for worrying about who's going to be singing and dancing, who's going to take all the credit, who's going to get all the clout for organizing this event. Like, shut the fuck up, man. Shit's getting real. So,
zip it.
I'm not going to zip it.
Yeah.
So,
no cussing.
Time to wake the fuck up. United Non-Compliance. It's your boy, Mukesh Freedom, coming at you again live from the 6. Remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Peace.
Okay, so we're going to get back onto the Facebook. I want to show you guys. We'll go through some pictures, right? Just so hold on, we got some people in the chat here. Again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for being here and chatting it up and giving me all this positive vibes tonight. It's been a tough month, November, a lot of work. It's brought me here to this point, closer to a lot of you. So that was the the positive that came from it. Again, there's always the balance. When the evil starts to rise and gets more evil in the world, the good will equally rise to challenge it, because there always has to be an equal opposite, right? So Susie Rachel, again, talking about pots, hasn't smoked pots about 15 and 24. Quit smoking about a week ago. Keep it that way. Just don't want to put it before. Yeah, exactly. Everyone, put your health first. Everyone knows what's best for you, not the government, not me, not anyone out there. Only you know what's best for you. And there's no harm in asking and getting advice from people, but the government is not your friend to be getting advice from, especially medical advice for anyone. Just that we're not a wow. Exactly. Books on gematria. Okay, so what are you looking for? Oh, books. So I did a lot of research in the beginning, and there's a guy named Zach Hubbard, and he has a channel called Gematria Sports News, right? And the thing is, these people teach, right? But they don't show you the truth. So we're going to get into some of these, what is a false prophet and false teacher, because there's a lot of people like the Joel Osteens, right? So we're going to talk about some of these people that pose as people of God or real truthers and teachers. So we're going to go over a couple, because there's one. I'll just name them off. So when it comes to Tartaria, there's a guy named John Levy, and he's done years of work and research on Tartaria and all these buildings. Because I also watched his channel and saw the buildings because I had questions. But that's it. They'll just show you. And he'll come on and be like, look, who built this building? Look how fantastic it is. Look at the architecture. Humans don't build like this. And then he just asks questions, and he never takes you anywhere. So these people will give you some truth and make you be asked questions, but never give you it, right? So I quickly found out the whole thing behind Tartaria. It was the fallen angels that did it, and it was washed away in the Great Flood. There was no mud flood. There were no Tartarians. There's human entities, physical humans cannot build these structures, whether we're 4 foot, 6 foot, 300-foot giants. Like, it doesn't matter what size. Only the sons of God could have built these structures, and I'm going to be able to prove it to you, right? And then gematria, Zach Hubbard, he does some good gematria work, but when it comes to Jesus, he's against God. And when you know that you have gematria and you can see things and you still use it to go against God, then you know that you're a disinformation agent. He uses it to teach people to bet on sports, right? But he does share a lot of information because I don't know if someone's controlling him and tells him to put it there but not explain it. But that's the kind of thing that's going around. American Gods, a lot of good films. As you know, that film Songbird, this whole all predictive programming. The film came out last year while we're going through what they're showing us. So there's a lot of weird spells going on, a lot of rituals going on that people are blind to and not realizing they're a part of something. So we're going to help people break free. Yeah, me too. So yeah, because I grew up in England, and that was holding me back from doing these lives and getting people to listen, because all I do is come on and curse, F this, F that, and I found I don't need to be doing it. It's better off not cussing and cursing and watching what I say instead. Sean, good evening, Sean. Welcome. Pilot show here. Sorry, I still got this Babylon up on the screen, so because I wanted to go over some buildings, but I'm having a good time talking to everyone. So, like I said, I'll be showing you structures from all across the earth. You know, I put these up in September 2020 was when I went hard on the Tartaria because I was getting annoyed not knowing the answer to who put these structures there, because I started to realize that they really are impossible to build, right? So hopefully you can see, I started off with the arches. So there's arches all over. So we know some of the main famous ones like the Arc de Triomphe in Paris, but these are all built by the same people, correct? Once you start looking at the design of it and the impossible chiseling of statues and faces and solid rock, you realize, yeah, you know what? Humans couldn't do that without machines, and especially so massive. Remember, these things were supposedly built the last 200 years ago without cranes, without trains, and without population of people. These towns were all empty, but these buildings are everywhere. These archways are everywhere, and they're just solid. And they just scream heaven. They don't scream these nations because they're found in Asia, they're found in Europe, they're found in South America, North America, they're found in the Middle East, right? Like these things are just by far extremely extravagant and unnecessary. Why would humans with minimal tools build the most impossible, unnecessary structures, right? With the most finest, heaviest, hardest to work with material. It does not make sense. And on top of that, make it like impossibly big. So just look at these things. These are just the archways. Wait till I get into all the government buildings, look at all the signs and symbols of the statues, and you'll see statues of angels, pictures of all the signs and symbols, and it's just very suspect. But I was able to catch on to it a couple years ago, and with me, once I get caught onto something, I gotta find out. And it took me all through 2019 and all through 2020 up until September, and I was like, whoa, I figured it out. And it was thanks again to the Bible, because it just, everything ties together. And once you start asking the right questions, this becomes more real, you know, because I didn't always believe this. I didn't always trust in this. This is very hard to believe because there's a lot of, you know, but once you see it in real life in the world, and it's there and it's kind of in plain sight, but it's hidden, and the history around it is surrounded by lies, you start to see it. But this, you know, I know it says Manhattan on it, but that could have been added afterwards. And I do have proof that some of the dates and the years on these structures have been changed in the past to add. They can add and take away 1,000 years on any building, or 100 years just by chiseling, but the building is still remains. And I'm leaning more towards that they are 5,000 to 6,000 years old. So that's Tartaria. These buildings are in Toronto right here. I've flown my drone over these structures. That's what helped me realize. So you look at this one. Look at this one. You see on top of this one, there's a fallen angel there. All of these structures, they all have angels with horses and chariots on top of these impossible structures. So why are humans going to build the most impossible, unnecessary, because you can't go in it, you can't live in it, you can't dine in it, you can't have a party in it. It's just an archway, solid rock. And then on top of it, you're going to put a mythical creature that supposedly does not exist, this angel here. So like I said, we're going to get to the bottom of it. I'm going to get back to the comments. Sorry, guys. Yeah, again, We're just setting up for this show, for the series we're going to go through. All the topics. You guys are the ones, you guys and girls are the ones that are going to help. You're going to decide what comes out on this show, right? So just send me the emails, send me some messages. Someone jump on now if you want. Where's my drink? Sorry. So yeah, I'm just getting comfortable with this new layout, right? And being able to stream to 2 different platforms. So jump on board. If you're on YouTube right now, subscribe. I'm King Nico. We're building God's army. We are the Crusaders of the Resistance. And I kind of started going big on lives because of Astroworld. And if you want to know more about Astroworld, I have like 10 hours of research in such a short amount of time because I anticipated something like this happening. And when I saw what happened at Astroworld to the poor souls that were lost there, all the signs, the symbols, I was like, I already knew what it was. So I just gathered the information, pumped it out. And guys, there's a lot more. We're going to revisit it. Like I said, we're going to bring on some people that were at the show. I've been in touch with them in Houston, and they'll be coming on. So subscribe. Make sure we got everyone on board so we can all learn and see from the firsthand attendees that were at the show. We're going to revisit it because I'm not letting that one get away. I'm not letting it disappear into nothingness. Okay, so that's the rituals. It's the people that are involved in the cabal, right? So it's the Satanists that make their deaths and their birth dates tied into gematria. That's how they use it, which is forbidden, right? To map out your whole existence with gematria is the devil's work. The 4 angels, the corner of the earth, right? So yeah, there's cherubim, there's seraphims, there's the archangels, there's the angels that guard the 4 corners of the earth, there's the cherubim that guard the Garden of Eden, right? So we're going to look at all into that. And speaking of the Garden of Eden, it's in the North Pole. So it's there. Admiral Byrd did an expedition to the North Pole in the 40s, and what he saw and stumbled upon was recorded and written into his diary. And he saw what I can tell you was the Garden of Eden, right? It's there. Because why else would Sweden be called Sweden? Because it really is southwest of Eden, right? So we're going to get into how this earth, how the Bible, how everything really is real, because yeah, this isn't a hallucination. I've honestly seen it. I'm not the only one. That's why I want to make sure all the awakened souls out there can come on and speak about their testimony, their awakening to Christ. Because yeah, I know I talk about Jesus, but I was not born with Jesus, right? I wasn't born into the church, into a good Christian home. I didn't say my prayers every night and go to church every Sunday. That's not where I came from. I wasn't christened or baptized. None of that ever happened to me, right? This happened through life experience because I left home very young, just oblivious child, thinking I could leave home, leave the world. I just wanted adventure, but I always chose God to protect me, right? Oh, we got Houston. So Susie Rachel's from Houston. Allison's in the house. Welcome. We're here building the army. We got a lot of people here that have been here from the beginning. So big shout out to all the day ones. Big shout out to everyone that was here from the Astroworld series. That's why they're still here, because they know there's much to learn. There's much to see. You guys stop playing while we're doing this. So yeah, welcome, Allison. So who wants to come on? I don't want to end this without bringing someone on tonight. whoever it may be, if anyone wants to come on the show and give a shout out or wants to be a part or has as much info or has done enough research as I have, then let's hear about it. Hallelujah. Well, there's so many amazing people here. Like, you guys are fantastic. Hi from Manchester, right? So I think I've finally gone through all the comments. We're going to get back to some images on the screen now. You guys want to see some images. So again, the next series I want to start off with, if everyone here agrees, because I did say after Astroworld I wanted to get into these structures, because I've been telling everyone that the fallen angels are to blame for all the evil on this earth. And here's some gematria. So like I said, not only do I show you the pictures and tell you that these were built by the sons of God because they put their own statues on top of it, the gematria also backs it up. So the fallen angels built cities for Cain. And if you know my thoughts on Cain, he is the seed and the son of the devil, of Satan. And there's the mark of the beast, the number of the beast, 666. The fallen angels, the master builders. So the fallen angels are the master builders. If anyone knows from the States, you know that 1776 is your Declaration of Independence. That's why they chose it, because the fallen angels are the master builders, not the Masons. The Masons aren't the master builders, it's the fallen angels. The fallen angels built mega cities. Again, in English Sumerian equals 1776. You're going to see a lot of the same numbers showing up. The fallen angels built all over Earth. So again, with gematria and with 1776, which is an important number for the birth of modern day Babylon, right? Shows you that the fallen angels built all over the earth, that they built mega cities, that they are the master builders, and that they built these cities for Cain, for the Canaanites, right? So when you look at some of these old structures and you see these statues and you wonder, oh, who are these statues of with these people with beards? No, that's Cain. The image of Cain is engraved in these buildings. So the fallen angels ruled as gods in cities that resembled heaven, equals 1776. So we got some Bible verses too. So this is how I do it. If I'm thinking of something, not only is it just my gut feeling or my thought or something just tells me, I have to make sure I can back it up with gematria, with the Bible. And in the Bible it says, Mark 13:1, as he went out of the temple, one of his disciples saith unto him, Master, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. Look at the exclamation. So one of the disciples of Jesus, so this is over 2,000 years ago, says to him, look, see what manner of stones and what buildings are here. What buildings was he talking about? 2,000 years ago, it was supposed to be like huts, and no, they had these the buildings that they say were built in like 1908 or 1880 were built 5,000 years ago. And Jesus answering said unto him, seest thou these great buildings? There shall not be left one stone upon another that shall not be thrown down. Why would Jesus Christ reply to the disciple saying basically that, yeah, these buildings are nothing great. I don't care about the manner of stones and how magnificent they are, because not one stone shall be left upon another, and it shall be all thrown down. Because Jesus knew that these buildings were blasphemous and were created by the fallen angels. The fallen angels didn't fall to earth and just fly around and do nothing. They recreated heaven. They They just willed these buildings into existence because obviously they didn't use hammer and chisel and rope and drag stones across the desert, how they said they built the pyramids, because that's, if you believe that, you'll believe anything, right? So again, I could do so many numbers. 4004 BC is actually the birth of this earth. That was the birth of Adam and Eve. So I looked into it, and 4004 came up a lot, right? So like I said, we'll go into it. We'll go into, the flat earth theory and just show everything, not some ridiculous video and nonsense. As you know, we're going to go into everything and put it all on the table. And then all you great crusaders that are here tuned in and viewing, are going to be able to choose yourself. I'm not forcing anything on anyone. We're going to unravel everything and show both sides, right? Like the New Age religion. Yeah, it's known as the most, people are all peace and love and vibrating happiness, right? But even that needs to be questioned, right? I question everything, no matter how peaceful and happy people say they are, right? And here we go. So these statues have been popping up in America. I believe this one popped up somewhere in Detroit. So that is a Baphomet. There's the phallus, right? Good to see you guys all talking to each other in here. So again, we do not want to fall into this demonic nonsense. As you can see, the Baphomet has fallen angel wings. This statue actually, the real picture of Baphomet has actually breasts, but this one for the statue, they didn't put that. So they're still hiding things bit by bit. And there you go. You see the children there, which is just not good, because that's what they're after. They're after the children because the children have the pure essence, right, of life, the innocence. So we got to prevent this from happening. This is why these guys are the enemies. This is no joke. I'm not there. It doesn't take me hours and hours to put stuff into the calculator to make it equal up the number I want. No, I just type in the fallen angels and boom. So if anyone here believes in coincidence or chance, then this show is not going to be for you, because I despise coincidence. Not when it comes to stuff like this, right? Not when it's said in the Bible that these are the evil entities. Not when it says that this specific number in the Bible is the number of the beast. And here you go. The gematria ties it all together. Not only does the word and the saying the fallen angels say the fallen angels, it equals this number. So that's why gematria is very important, because you're going to see everything for what it really is. You're going to see the code, the matrix, right? Again, I told you, they enslaved humanity. So you type in the fallen angels enslaved humanity, there's another 666. So as we are in these days, this great awakening, what is being awakened to us, right, is the truth of the past, present, and what inevitably is going to be our future with the New World Order that doesn't seem to be able to be stopped by now. So this is why, the urgency to get on board with God, right? Because this is some really dark evil, and we've been conditioned with the movies and the video games our whole life, with all these end of days scenarios that we've been desensitized to. End of days scenarios that people just want to live their lives and go party and go to the club or go to the restaurant and just or go on vacation. It's just a mask. That's not the end of the world. Well, yeah, and the Bible pretty much says, yeah, it is. So now I'm getting a phone call. So yeah, go through the comments. Actually, give me 1 second, everyone. I'll be right back. Hello. Yeah, I just told them I'll be back. Okay, I'll end this thing soon and then we'll come cruise over, okay? No, give me like, what time is it? Oh, it's 9. So I started, okay, I'm just 9 then. So give me until like 9:45. Oh, what's the address though? I don't know the address. Oh, are you able to text it on this phone? Okay, and I'll head towards that soon. Like 9:45. All right. Okay, so yeah, guys, we've gone through so much. This is the pilot run. It's the first time I've set up this live this way. It seems like it's going well. I really hope everyone's been enjoying it. It's been great. It's so easy to use. The comments, I like how I can put all the comments on there. So if everyone's liking this new format, this is what we're gonna stick with. And again, it's not just going to be me on the show talking and rambling and showing you my Facebook and all my information and research. We're going to have so many guests on here, guests from all over this world, speaking on many different subjects. So this isn't just set on just one topic. We talk about anything and everything, right? From all the conspiracies, from all the history and all the stuff going on in the world, from all our freedom fighting activity that we're doing here in Canada. So yeah, everyone's again. So I see a lot of flat around questions going around. Guys, don't even get upset over this now. Just know I have the information. Just give me some time once I gather the team and the crew to help me put this together, because we're gonna go through it live and I'm gonna show you every which way. I'm gonna show you how the devil hit it, and I'm gonna show you both sides, right? I'm gonna show you how God made it and meant it to be, and I'm gonna show you how the devil and this government manipulated it, how they hid it, and once you see, you're gonna be like, wow, that's all they had to do when people bought it. But it just makes so much sense, because what else are we gonna believe if we're born into their system, that they hold all the cards to the truth, right? They're just going to give you what they want. So we figured it out. We're going to share it all live. Just get excited for that. The more people we get subscribed and on board and subscribe to all my other accounts, like on Facebook or Instagram, because I'm constantly posting all day, especially on Facebook, because we got a lot of awakened people on my Facebook, because I got my other one deleted last year. So my new one is just truthers and people in the freedom movement. So it's great. Yes, Edward. Good evening, Edward. Yeah, we got 50 or 57 now. Thanks a lot, guys. But yeah, so again, we're going to end this soon. I don't want to have to end without bringing some people on. So if anyone wants to join in the show, to come on, say tomorrow evening, and has something to talk about, then for sure, let me know what you want to hear about. Do you guys want me to go right back into Astro World? Because I can bring some guests on that are from Houston and would like to tell you their experience, especially the guy that went viral. I'll be bringing him on too. So let me know. 4 weeks left of 2021. What's going to help with your salvation? Because I feel 2022 is when they're going to pull all their nonsense. They're going to cut the food supply. They're going to cut the internet and communication means, right? So what's going to help? How, like, if you're already awake here and know the truth, like a lot of you are, we got Stacy and a bunch of people, Edward here. What do we need to help wake up someone that you want to be awake before it's too late, because 2 years into this, and if people are still asleep and are still hanging on a fence or hanging on the line for the government, then the government succeeded. It succeeded in dilly-dallying for almost 3 years and keeping people sucked into their nonsense. We never bought it, so what's the deal breaker? If anyone has the answer to that, like, what's the deal breaker for these compliant people? What do they have to see to be able to be like, oh, the government's evil? Because obviously they don't really see anything evil, because they're taking their children and dropping them off to the government, right? So, yeah. So, yeah, again, okay, so these are the things. This is all of our show, right? So I want to ask you what works best for everyone. Do you think it's good for me to just come on every day, every night? Is that going to be too much? Will we be able to get the information out that way if it's constant every night? Should it be twice a week, 3 times a week? You let me know. I think the evening's definitely better. From anywhere between 6 and 9 p.m. I can go on, right? All the way up through the night, depending. So yeah, guys, the email's going there. Send me suggestions, message me on my socials. That's why I've got here. Again, I showed you, it was thanks to Shannon that helped point me in this direction for this setup. And I was like, honestly, yeah, this is beautiful. So yeah, I do talk to you all and listen and take in all of your input, right? Stephen Riley, see, yeah, everyone's going to be heard here. So Stacy, if anyone wants to jump on Stacy's lives every day, because she is exposing everything that she experienced. So Stacy, let me know if you want to come on and do a big thing, and I'll bring someone else so we can get, different sides of the story. We can definitely set that up. So you're very welcome to be in my inbox and message me. Darlene Thorpe, hello, good evening. What do you want to hear about, Darlene? 4 more weeks. Like, what is there anything people want to seriously figure out before this year's up? Because I definitely want to help with that. So we don't want people going into 2022 with any questions or doubts. We want people to be like, yeah, I learned this right on time. You know what I mean? So that's what we're going to do. We're not going to be able to wake up everyone, but we'll be able to wake up enough that we'll have a respectable army to stay solid, all on the same page, and we'll be blessed enough to withstand the wiles of the devil once we all have the armor of God on. Yeah, you've been doing great, Stacy. You've been doing every day. I've seen you go in a couple of hours here and there. So yeah, you've been getting really comfortable, and that's what it's about. So if anyone else needs help, I'm here to help. It wasn't easy for me to get comfortable and be able to come on here and speak without cussing and cursing or showing that I was angry or frustrated, because it's been so frustrating. But my frustration and getting angry is not helping myself or anyone else. So I had to figure myself out quick and just put the emotions aside. So I can do this. Exactly, Jesse Singh. We want to be a part of that. None of us here have the power. Only Jesus and God can open heaven for us, but we have to choose it, right? And right now, there's evil on this earth that is manipulating that choice and making sure we make the wrong choice because they made the wrong choice. The fallen angels. TC says, hello, Rico, even though it's Nico, but I'll take Rico. I used to get called Rico Suave a couple times. All right, love to hear more about that. T from Birmingham, UK. Thank you, Darlene. And again, this show was just the introduction. I didn't really show or teach anything today. Again, just testing out this new format, this new software that I got from StreamYard, and I'm loving it. I'm going to end this live now anyway. It's been an hour and a half going. Make sure you stay in touch. If anyone wants to help out with donations, because not everyone can help out physically, please do. The emails at the bottom there, Crusaders of the Resistance at Gmail. Also, email me or message me any way you can to have a chat, share some information. I do my best. If I missed your message or I wasn't able to reply on time, I'm not trying to be rude. So again, we're all in this. We're all going to help each other. I want to create this platform for all of us and bring people on and just share their stories, their testimonies, because this is it. It's this. There's some great stuff, and I want to hear them all. Right? I want to be mind blown every day or every couple days, however we do this. So the more people we get on board, wanting to speak, share, then yeah, it's up to all you guys, right? So if I come on here and there's no one watching, and then yeah, it's easy for me. I'll take a hint and be like, yeah, no one wants to listen to me today. I'm not going to do it. So PayPal, I think this is email money transfer for now. I'm not really big on asking for donations, but again, everything I'm doing, it does cost money, setting stuff up and paying for subscriptions for the software. But anything helps, and that's why again we're asking for help. Hopefully, we can get help with people coming and sharing, not having to just pay money. But again, not everyone has a story to tell. Not everyone's healthy enough or fit enough or close enough to come out to our rally or meet us at the mall or Eaton Center and do some non-compliance. So please support, because we're not going to stop. We're growing. So anyone that's capable, get at me, join the resistance. We're here in Toronto, Canada, and we'll be crusading along, okay? God bless you guys. This has been an amazing first go at this. So again, I'm on YouTube. Subscribe to the channel. Let's try and hit 10,000 subscribers by the end of the year. Let's go into 2022 with a solid 10K of this army. It rose from 1,000 at the beginning of November to the 6,500 it's at now. So we found 5,000 Crusaders in 1 month. Let's get the other 5 and march on into 2022 like bosses, meaning business. All right. Good night, everyone. Stephen Riley, good night. Good night, Susie. Good night, it's Leva. Yes, good night, everyone. TC, have a great evening. It's 9:10 p.m. on the Eastern Coast here in Canada. And yeah, I'm going to end it. Good night, everyone. And we'll be back. I look forward to talking to you all.